Let's begin Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, who is the president of the Association of the Staff Union of the University. Thank you so much, Prof, for talking to us. Nigerians are not happy. Things are getting out of hand as far as your job to teach these students are concerned. What is happening? What can you tell us? What is the latest? Is the federal government talking to you, or is the situation the same since the 22nd of May when you began this indefinite strike action?
Thank you very much. The strike actually started in February, 14th February. First of all, it was a 4 weeks rolling strike. And for those 4 weeks they did to us, we had 8 weeks. Another 8 weeks added to when they addressed the issue. They also did not take it seriously until we now started this 12-week strike. And they set up a committee headed by Emeritus Professor Nimi Briggs to negotiate with us on behalf of the federal government. And we had meeting with them, about 4 meetings, and we concluded the negotiation on the 16th of June, 2022. That's about 3 weeks ago. And they indicated that they were going to meet their principal, which is the government, to look at the issue, what we have, the draft agreement, and give the permission to sign. Now today is 4th of July, and they've not come back. That is why it is lingering. So,
where are we at? Let's take 2 or 3 of these matters, and quickly, if you can hit the nail on the head. On the issue of IPs and your own platform, have you agreed on the wage payment platform that is suitable?
It's still the same idea of wasting Nigerian time, wasting our children time. You recall, this idea of testing started in January 2020, and it was subjected to a test where they said their own, is scored 77%, subjected to end user test, is scored 94%, and they said it did not pass. So we met with them and said we should come back again for a test, which we did. And when they finished, this was both sides now being president, because what happened was that the need are still not to understand what a university is and the different components of a university. And when they finished the test, it scored 99.3%. And they still went ahead to say it did not pass, 99.3%. And that we should come up again and test the 3 solutions, the UTAS, IPPIS, and U3PPS, which they completed just last week, and we are waiting for their result. So that is where we are on that. But for more education, you cannot compare the 2.
So as far as you're concerned, that platform, the wage payment, salary payment platform that you created is good to go, but the federal government is not willing to use it. Is that the situation?
That is exactly where we are. You see, these IPs they were using for over now, since 2008 till today, was never tested. And the implication is very clear to the country today. If you look at the report of the Auditor General of the Federation in 2009, all the inadequacies of IPs were highlighted, were indicated, fraud, all sorts of things. And it did not make this, as far as the country is concerned, they didn't say let's stop it and examine it. Also recall that the head of service recently said that IPs erroneously captured about 30,000 people into Federation account between 2010 and today, and that they are come and they have cleaned it. When you put 30,000 workers who are not workers legally into the system, you know how much this country would have spent. And we still said it is still continue using it. And we have developed a homegrown situation. That was produced for Nigeria by World Bank in 2006. Now we have a homegrown, developed by your own academics, that you should be proud of. And if you have 1 or 2 adequacies, you should look at how to address it and use it for the country and stop paying so much money to foreign countries. Hard currencies.
All right, Prof. Let me take up a few more issues. That's on one hand. But quickly, can you tell us, is federal government owing any of your workers, any of the university lecturers? And how many months, if they are?
They are owing us. We are just entered the 5th month of without salary, the 5th month. And then this so-called, they say they pay the consequential adjustment of minimum wage. that they paid to all workers in 2019, 2020 has still not been paid. When we were making this issue, they quickly went ahead and we have paid it. But I can tell you today, as we are speaking, the University of Agriculture has never been, nobody in the University of Agriculture has been paid. Even in the other university that they said they tell people, they just pick a number of people and paid and left the rest. You see, that is what they thought. They thought using hunger.
So is it because of the crisis that they've not paid? Is it because of the strike? Or is it because of the lingering issue of payment procedure that has caused the delay in the 5 months of non-payment of this salary? And if this is happening, is it general? Is it across board that these university lecturers have not been paid for 5 months?
For the 5th month we are entering now, they say it's no work, no pay. So for us, if they don't pay, it's also clear, it will be no pay, no work. Because in the university lecturing, in the universities, whenever you call off your strike, you go back to where you stop work and start teaching from there until you cover up to date. But if they say they will not pay, we will leave the backlog where we stop and start on a new session where we should be.
So now, because we need to wrap up quickly. Now, I'd like to know, for Nigerians who are watching, because the federal government has consistently blamed ASUU, that it has done all it can in its powers to fulfill all its obligations, albeit a few things here and there that needs to be done, but ASUU is not willing to shift grounds. Aside the payment platform, what do you think is a most important element in all of this negotiation that you think is very important for you to resume work?
We challenge the government, the federal government, to name one of the issues for which they have provided any solution to this strike started. From the issue of revitalization fund, where they are owing 2 tranches, the issue of renegotiation of 2009 agreement, also have renegotiated in 2012, have they finished? Have they signed? The issue of proliferation of university, have the law been passed to stop it? Or the issue of a vision panel, that the panel, after 11 years, instead of 5, a panel was set up and they gave report. Last year, March last year, had the white paper be released? So these are the questions we need to ask the government. You see, it's not just going to start talking and deceiving the Nigerian public. They should mention one of the items for which we are on strike that they have implemented since the strike started 5 months ago. As journalists, I think you should ask them to name one. So the Minister of Labour and Employment.
We have asked them. We had a few weeks ago, before your strike began, we had the Minister of Labour on this program, and we had these. It was a heated conversation with him because, on behalf of the Nigerian people, I mean, sometimes we get emotional, not because we wanted to, but because of the interest of those who cannot fight for themselves or who do not have a voice. As far as the two parties are concerned, ASUU and federal government, I think what is more paramount for Nigerians and those students who have bargained with the universities that they go and earn a degree or learn at a given time, but they have extended period of learning, which is unfair to them as far as the situation is concerned. What we are concerned here is how ASUU and if the federal government will shift ground and make sure that this strike ends. What commitment can you give us and to Nigerians, millions of them that are watching tonight, on behalf of ASUU, when do you think, in your own mind, do you think this strike can end? And how much of ground shifting can you do?
Let me also ask Nigerian people, including my dear friend, Chibaloye, what do we want as a country? We should just keep on graduating people whether they have knowledge or not, or we want people who will pass through university and go out with appropriate knowledge to work in various sections in the world, in the country and the world. What do we want? Just produce them, allow them to stay 4 years and then move away with knowledge. Somebody doing engineering does not have any practical component, creating computer science, no computer component. Is that what we want as a country? Why are foreign students not coming to Nigeria as we are going out? Why are foreign lecturers not coming to teach in Nigeria? Why are those privileged Nigerians that have access to our Commonwealth? Why are they not putting their children in Nigerian university? That is the question we should ask. What we are doing is for the benefit of Nigeria as a country, the benefit of the world, and the benefit of those children and their parents, because we want them to go out with good quality education. We want a situation where the child of a driver can sit in the same classroom as the child of a minister to have lecture and have practicals. That is what we want. And we will fight for it.
So when do you think that this strike could end? Just in 10 seconds. We need to close now, Prof.
Hello?
Say that again. Sorry.
I said what we want is for Nigerian children. You can go around. I know your China is a very beautiful station. Go around this country university and see. And then go to Ghana and see whether you can compare them. Or go to South Africa, whether you can compare them. That is our struggle. Let our university, we call ourselves giant of Africa.
All right. So I'm saying now quickly, Prof, when do you think this strike can end? When should it end? Parents and the students are watching right now. When do you think this can end? This should end, actually.
As far as ASUU concerned, the strike can end tomorrow. Like I said, we are finishing negotiation. Let the government call us this night that we should come tomorrow to sign the agreement. We will be there and the last strike. Let the government tell us we have finished testing the UTAS. We have accepted it. By tomorrow, we'll call off the strike. So it's not in our hand. We are finished. We are just waiting. So we challenge the government. When will they sign the agreement, number two? When will they accept UTAS? Those are the two questions we should ask the Nigerian government. When will they sign the agreement?
We need to go. Yeah.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke. He's the president of ASUU. But tonight, this is one point that journalists like myself will take a stand and will perhaps pass a judgment. We do not care whose interest is covered or not covered right here on this particular matter between ASUU and the federal government. What is paramount is that students are at home. They say the idle hand is the devil's workshop. The government must get its act together. Education in Nigeria is deteriorating. ASUU needs to be listened to. ASUU needs to shift ground. Federal government needs to put things together and also make sure that these students get back to school. It is a must, and it should be done. That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Kinale. Bye-bye.